Today, I'm going to try to recreate a ceramic vase out of wood. I'm Nick, and welcome to my shop. Lately, I've been playing with ceramics outside of the shop, and today I'm going to try to bring that into the shop. I have a ceramic vase that has given me some inspiration, and I'm going to try to reproduce that out of this lumber. So you can see here, this is the vase, and it's a very simple design, and what's striking about it is the glaze on it. It's basically dipped at a 45-degree angle, and you get that nice line. I'm going to try to reproduce that using this wood here. It's actually red oak and white oak. So the white oak's going to be the top where the white is, and the red oak's going to be the bottom where the actual just bare clay is. I think this is going to work out pretty well if I just cut it up at an angle and glue it all together and then turn it, but we'll find out. So please join me and see if this works. So here's the lumber I have. Got the white oak here and the smaller boards, and then the bigger piece of red oak. And it is rough, so I have to run this through the planer real fast. So let's do that and see what I got. These look really nice. So now I need to get it glued up at an angle. So I guess cut these up and make the stack. Okay, I got plenty of wood here. Now, how do I glue this up at an angle? The goal is to have it kind of like that. And the vase will be inside of that. I think I'm going to try to make a jig here, a fixture on my workbench. I'll hold it all down and get it glued up like that. I just got to shove it in using my dogs here. Yeah, that'll work. First things first, use wax paper so I don't glue this all to my workbench. I'd be very sad if I glued this piece to my workbench. Don't know what I would do. Probably just get a big hammer and try to knock it off. Yeah, I think this will work. Okay, got my angle set. Let's get to gluing. Well, it's glued. We'll see after it dries what I end up with. Definitely using the bench as like the fixture to hold it is a smart way to do it. If you guys have any better suggestions, let me know, because this is best I can come up with. Well, it's been a day. Let's unclamp this mess and see how it looks. Because there really wasn't any exposure to air, this side still has wet glue on it. So I'll let this dry fully before I put it through the bandsaw. Well, I got the blank cut up and ready to go in the lathe. It's looking pretty interesting. Again, I don't know how this is going to turn out, just kind of playing this all by ear. So it's looking pretty cool so far. Let's get it on and get it started. I have end grain here at the end, and this is a roughing gouge. And these will actually dig into this end grain and cause either big pieces of wood to fly out, or this tool could break right down here at the tang. So don't use with end grain, only with side grain. So to rough this out, I have to use a bowl gouge. Yeah, you can see this is even tearing it out a little bit, but that spindle roughing gouge would be even worse. Okay, let's lay this thing out. So I'm going to lose some to the bottom. So I'm losing that. And then rule of thirds layout about a third of the way down. I'm going to have it dip like this. Okay, so I'm going to have it go out like that and then like up. So it'll be my vase shape. Really bad drawing on a round surface, but hopefully you'll get the gist. That looks really good. It is a little long, but that can easily be fixed. Let's see, this is about 3.5 inches wide. Thinking like 8 inches long would be good. Cutting that bit off, just making that the vase, and I think that is really good. So I'll cut it there. Yeah, that looks fantastic. Just the right length. Didn't need this extra bit. So I guess next step is to get this sanded down on the outside, and I'll start on the inside. So now it's time to drill the hole. It is 3 inches. So a 2.5 inch bit would be ideal. I don't have one. Closest I have is a 2-inch bit, so I'm going to have to use that to get this hollowed out. Well, I got a hole, but it's not wide enough, so I'm going to use my hollowing tools and get that to be the good dimension. Couldn't get this tool in very well here. There's just too much overhang, so it actually, the inside slopes in like this at an angle. But it's ever so slightly that when you feel it, you don't really notice it. Okay, I got this all sanded up. I'm ready to part this off. It's currently about 6¼ inches deep, so the bottom's about here. I think I'm going to cut it about here. So that's going to be the bottom of the vase. For the finish today, I'm going to use the walnut oil, and I'm going to deal buff it after. Get nice and shiny. This vase is pretty cool. While it's not quite like the vase I used for inspiration, it's definitely very interesting with the two different species of oak in here. The other thing I really like about this vase that doesn't really portray on video very well is the heft of it. The bottom, still being thick, does provide a lot of weight, so while this vase is pretty big, it feels pretty heavy. I love that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was definitely fun trying something different. Ceramics is not something you really see in wood shops, so bringing that in here is great. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It doesn't cost you a thing and it really helps out the channel. Anyway, thanks for watching and have fun.